Yeah. Okay. Back to the list. Okay. Okay. So Agnieszka, question. I work in the area of leadership development, and I contract work with organizations and private clients. A lot of colleagues seem to have different fees for corporate clients and private clients for exactly the same work, but I feel confused by it. It all feels messy and inconsistent. Yeah. Well, Agnieszka, where are you calling from?
London, in
London.
the UK. I'll see you in
Wonderful.
Brighton.
Okay, perfect. Well, yeah, just so everybody knows, I am here in the UK. I'm doing workshops in, oh my gosh, Edinburgh, Newcastle, Leeds, Norwich, London, Stroud, Brighton, Totnes, and also there's one more. I'm forgetting. Almost in Wales, kind of by Bristol, but there's a bunch. So if you know people, please tell them. The London one is already 4/7 sold out. It will sell out, I think, probably within a week. And then I'm doing a weekend retreat, November 18th through 21st. So book the dates, put them aside. Tomorrow or Saturday, there'll be an email that comes out with info on that. And there's only 20 spaces at that, and that one will absolutely sell out, either from the email I send out from the initial outreach to my members and my membership, because I'll give them first dibs, or from the tour people that are going to come. So there you go. Okay, but London, wonderful. So yeah, the pricing thing. First of all, if you and the retreat, yes, the retreat's in London, England. First of all, if you go to my YouTube, there's a playlist on pricing, so I'd recommend diving into that, checking that out. The most important thing is for everyone, pricing is all made up. I mean, let's just fess up to it. There's no price gods telling us the right price. There is no such thing as the right price. We're all just making it up, and together we make it up sometimes, but it's so there's no rules. That's number one. Like, if the question is what's the right price, what's the right solution, there is no answer to that, because there is no right solution. Really, everybody's just kind of vamping. Number two is, I think it's worth looking at what a lot of your colleagues are doing. That's helpful, just to see what are the averages, what's the lowest, what's the highest, how are people dealing with this. I think it's worth talking with people who've been in the business for 10, 20 years just to get their opinions. They're going to have a lot more to say about this than me. Number three, if the prices are going to be different, I just think it's important that we articulate why. Yeah, I have different rates for different people, and here's why. And we can just be candid about it. Yeah, this. I know the corporate crowd can afford more, and this helps subsidize this work for other people, for private clients. So there's we can just be very transparent about it. It doesn't have to be hidden or kind of fugitive. It doesn't have to be secret. But the most important thing is, if you're wondering about pricing for your industry, I would talk to a number of people in your industry to get their views on it, just so you get a bigger sense of possibility, because I think sometimes we inherit all these ideas of how it has to be. And there's probably a lot of other ways that people are doing it or talking about it or framing it. And then you'll find your own way. There's nothing I can say in terms of here's how to do it, other than if you're noticing this is stressful for you because, it's two different prices, and what if people find out, or it just seems strange. That's no good. It's no good that it doesn't feel good to you. That's important, that you find a solution, an approach to this that you really can relax about. And finding what that is may take a lot of conversations.
Right. That's okay. That is interesting, because I think because I am stressed by it, it feels disingenuous somehow.
Right.
So even as I'm listening to you, I feel like I'm in the need of a fresh perspective, and maybe even out of industry perspective, because people just keep saying the same thing, and it's refused now into some kind of meaningless blob.
Right.
But it does feel somehow fake to have the two prices for something that feels like the same work, even though sometimes when I'm contracting with an organization, there is more contracting work that is required. There is an extra meeting or two or three. There is a check-in with a manager. I need to sometimes provide insurance documents or whatever. But it doesn't seem to justify the difference in price. And maybe I'm trying to justify it too hard. But even this sentence that you said, that organizations can afford more, therefore it can subsidize work for other clients. And maybe that is a fresh perspective to me. And even maybe just looking at the numbers and containing numbers for private clients or corporations, like I'm just somehow, it feels fake. Or maybe I'm trying to save people money too much.
It could be. I mean, if it feels off to you, there's something off. Now, what could be off is the way you're seeing it, or what could be off is the way you're proceeding. It could be a perception thing or a procedural thing. And that's, worth exploring. And I think, yes, talking to people from other industries, if whenever we're stymied about an issue, it's good to get a lot of perspective. And as Agnieszka is saying, outside of our own industries too can be helpful, because sometimes people in other industries, they've solved these things in ways that our industry hasn't discovered yet. So, but to me, the big thing is, like, that you keep using the word fake. So I'm imagining you want there to be something authentic or real or something you can stand behind.
I need to believe in it. Yes, there needs to be some integrity in it.
So then I would just say that's the meditation. How do I price this in a way where there's real integrity? And now the integrity could be, look, here's the thing. This is the going price in the industry. And if I charge a lot less, I'm going to be undercutting a lot of colleagues and a lot of good people doing good work. And part of my integrity is I don't want to undercut people. So, for example, I do close-up magic. And once every 5 years, somebody books me to do a show. And whenever that happens, I just call my magician friends and I say, what do you charge? So that I can charge something parallel. Because if you start charging a lot less, then it just undercuts a lot of the other magicians, because then people get the idea, oh, I can just get this stuff way cheaper. So for me, that is part of the integrity, is supporting the community. Like, I imagine there's a reason they're charging what they charge. And then if I went professional with it, which I won't, then it's just, if I was going to charge a lot less or a lot more, you just have to be able to back it up. If somebody says, why do you do that? You have to be able to give the rationale to it for them to feel at ease. And as long, and then it's fine. Because if I say, hey, yeah, the reason I charge more of these reasons, and they say, I think those reasons are bullshit, I can say, well, I hear you. It's true, but you're welcome to think what you think. And I don't have to take that on. As long as I feel in integrity with what I'm charging and my reasons for charging, then I'm fine. And then they just choose if it's a fit for them or not. The trouble people get into is the rationale for the pricing is fake. People are lying about why they charge what they charge. People are making up reasons.
And I think some of them do lie about it. And I think some of them are seduced by the greed of corporations, which I'm already navigating when I'm working in this industry. It can be very slippery. So I'm conscious that I could get pulled into it.
Yes.
However, at the same time, and again, an interesting perspective. I don't want to undercut my colleagues, because I'm thinking, am I a mug? But that's a slightly different take on it, because there can be that as well.
And you could undercut. You could say, look, I just charge less because I think these prices are insane. I think they're too much. So I've decided to charge this amount, and you're going to have some colleagues that are upset with you.
Yeah.
And then that's just, how it is. But that's all I've got. Those are my thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. That is just clarifying perspective in this silliness. Okay. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much for coming.